Hello everyone, this is Tolulokwe Oyekemi Ajayi and I'm going to be taking you through today's breakthrough series tagged Breakthrough in Personal Finance. A very interesting topic, right? What is personal finance? Personal finance is the process of planning and managing financial activities as it relates to income generation, spending, and investment, as well as savings. We can say personal finance actually covers your ability to meet your financial goals, which may be short-term, medium-term, or long-term. Taking it a step further, I have a question for you. Do you think personal finance depends on income or the behavior of the individual, or maybe both? Interesting question, right? Personal finance actually depends on your knowledge as an individual. It depends on your behavior as well as your income. We can say that income is the source. Recall, income is the cash inflows that is generated maybe from salaries, from bonuses, from dividend, or returns that you get from your investments. So it is what you get that you're able to manage, basically. That's your income. Taking it a step further, there's a saying that says, the behavior of an individual with money determines his net worth and determines the state of his finance. How can we improve our personal finance? 1, create a budget. The budget for your monthly expenses, quarterly expenses, or annual expenses. Have a budget that covers your inflow and your outflow. As much as possible, cut down on all unnecessary expenses. As much as possible, purchase items from places where you can get them at a cheaper rate. Take for example, if you want to cook and you want to buy items on a large scale like pepper, tomatoes, onions, and the likes, there are markets that you can get it at a relatively cheaper price rather than buying it in a big store. Taking it a step further, create funds for unexpected expenses. So let's have a case study. A salary earner, Mr. A, who earns 100,000 naira every month. 10% of the 100,000, which is 10,000 naira, is his tithes. Give that to God. Remember, the Bible says in Malachi chapter 3 verse 10 that we should bring meat into his storehouse and that he would give us a blessing and he will rebuke the devourer for our sake. Now we are left with 90,000 naira, which is 90%. Of that 90,000 naira, we advise that 15% to 20% of that is saved. Of that same 90%, we advise that close to 50% is left for day-to-day expenses. Recall that most of the items that we buy today are actually almost double the price we got them last year. Taking it a step further, we advise that you reduce your debt. Do not go into debt for day-to-day expenses. And if you have taken debt and you are not able to pay back, please take responsibility by either negotiating favorable terms with the person who borrowed you the money. Now you can tell the person to give you additional time, maybe extra 30 days, or reduce interest if interest is being charged on the funds borrowed. Now let's take it a step further to see how we can actually better our personal finance. The first is 1, earnings. Like I said earlier, you're a salary earner, you're an entrepreneur, or you are a freelance. Most important thing is that you earn money. I've given the principles on how you can save. As much as possible, invest. Before you invest, do your due diligence. Be well informed about how the macroeconomic variables affect your investments. Don't just put money into any opportunity that comes your way. Do your due diligence. However, you can invest in stocks, you can buy shares in a company, you can buy bonds, you can invest in real estate. Hopefully, when we have time to look at another series on personal finance, we'll look at areas where you can invest your money. Taking it a step further, you need to manage your money. How do you manage your money? By focusing on expenses that are relevant. I've mentioned it before, cut down on irrelevant expenses. Thirdly, multiplication. Have multiple streams of income. God has told us in Genesis chapter 1 from verse 27 to 30 that we should go, we should rule, we should be profitable, we should dominate, we should be productive. Have multiple streams of income. Assess every opportunity that comes your way. Like I said earlier, do your due diligence before you invest. Finally, prioritize your resources, particularly when you have multiple streams of income and you earn from various businesses. I hope these tips have been very helpful, and I look forward to the next time I'm going to be sharing additional tips on personal finance. Till then, stay blessed, and please don't forget to implement all that we have said. Thank you for your time. God bless you.